Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a full face of Nudestix makeup. Asterisk, I don't have a mascara or brow product, but that's okay. I have everything else. I recently just picked up the Nudestix Tinted Cover Foundation, and I used it with my friend. I was doing makeup on Zoom with her, and I was like, damn, this is actually really good. So I wanted to do some makeup today. I also have like really found a love for making YouTube videos again. Something that I haven't found a love for in a long time, and I just wanted to continue on this like kick of doing things that make me happy. I don't watch TikTok like that anymore. I don't like find joy in making short videos for YouTube as much anymore, so I just want to do what I want to do, and that today is to do a full face of Nudestix makeup with you guys. So let's just do this. Okay, so primer we're going to use today is the Touch in Sol Icy Sherbet? Do you guys say sherbet or sherbet? Because my whole life it's been sherbet, but now I'm reading it and it looks like it's sherbet. But that sounds funky because I've always called it sherbet. Anyway, I'm going to be using the Touch in Sol Icy Sherbet Primer. Oh, I love the smell of this. I actually really love this stuff. It is not silicone-y, but it definitely fills in the pores. It's super hydrating and a little cooling too. This is actually one of the only primers I've ever repurchased. Put some on my nose, my forehead, and then I'm going to put a little bit in my chin area just because I always have acne stuff there. And what I love about this primer is you can actually feel the cooling energy on your face, the cooling properties on your face. Okay, so I just let that primer kind of sit in the skin until it stops being cooling. It is a little, like you can feel it on your skin a little bit, but I don't really mind that. And then I'm going to go in with the foundation. So I got the shade Nude 1, and I did tan a little bit in the summer, aka I like walked outside and my skin was touched by the sun. So I was like, I don't know if Nude 1 is going to fit me, but my friend who's literally the same, literally the same foundation shade as me says that Nude 1 fit her. So I was pleasantly surprised that it did. It is a little bit of a watery formula. I feel like I didn't need a lot the first time I used it. So I'm just going to take it on this Luxie brush, the small contouring brush. I use it as a foundation brush. Pick some up on the brush and I'm going to go in. It is a little light as you can see when I apply it, but what is good about like tinted moisturizers is essentially it shears out to be actually like a really good match for me. I thought I was a little bit tanner than this, but have I really gone outside this summer? No. Also, look at my mirror. It's Grogu. I'm a big Mandalorian fan. I also don't usually love applying things with a brush. I actually did dampen my beauty sponge, but when I was on FaceTime with my friend doing our makeup, she was using a brush to apply it, and I was like, she's using a brush to apply it. I'm gonna try a brush. Sometimes when I apply foundation with brushes, it feels streaky to me, but this one, it doesn't. It really just kind of like sinks into the skin. Looks super, super nice. Gotta pressure away my baby hairs there. And it is like it's like a minimal cover foundation, but it did cover up my redness pretty well. So I'm actually like really impressed with it, and I've been wanting to use it since I bought it, and now I'm using it all the time. I've been wanting to get a Nudestix foundation. I had at one point gotten their stick foundation. I forget what it's called, but I didn't love that. It was a little bit too drying for me, and I thought maybe the liquid foundation would be better, and I am so correct on that. I'm really, really loving this stuff. For concealer, we're obviously going to be using the Nudefix. Whoa, what is that? What words are coming out of my mouth? So for concealer, we're going to be using the Nudestix Nudefix concealer, and if you guys have been around in my channel at all, especially in my favorites videos, this is always on it. This is my favorite concealer. Period. Full stop. Done. It's super, super beautiful. It's almost like a self-setting concealer, and I'm just blown away by it. I actually used up an entire tube, which is hard to do because I don't wear makeup like that outside anymore, you know. And the one time I did wear it outside, it looked so good. So I'm just going to cover a few blemishes I got to and put a little streak. Also going to prime my eyelids with this, and look at just how easily it's blending into the skin. It looks so nice. It looks so natural. Ugh, I can't get over how good this stuff is. Really, truly what I love about Nudestix is that the products look so skin-like, especially the base products. This eye might look a little funky-do because, as you've seen in my like wearing makeup for the first time in 2 years, my eyes have been getting that patchiness. I learned it's from stress and my new birth control medication. So it's been a stressful week, taking my mom to appointments and to the hospital and stuff. So my face just wants to remind me of that. And that's the foundation and the concealer together. It has this nice soft like lit from within glow to it because it's hydrating. I personally feel like these formulas are like a satin finish. I don't feel like they're incredibly dewy because when I set them, and I will set them, they, you know, don't look matte, which I love. Okay, next we're doing some nudies. This is the first product I actually ever tried from Nudestix, and it started my love affair. We're going to start with the Nudestix All Over Face color in the shade Bondi Bay. Bondi Bay. I'm taking it on a Luxie 516 Duo Fiber brush, and I just like to really get it into the bristles, like so. I'm not a big fan of drawing stick products onto the face. Kind of very softly start to build that into the bronzer. We're going to get a little bit onto the eyelid. I like to do that. It looks like a more natural bronze that way. And there is my face with half of a bronzer. I'll put on the rest. So that is the bronzer on my face. That is again Bondi Bay. It's the lightest shade in the bronzer. They do have a few more, including one that pulls really, really warm tone. I wish this for a lot of brands, but I do wish they had a more neutral bronzer because this one feels like it's a little warm, which is fine, no problem. For blush, I'm going to go in with the Nudestix Nudies Matte in the shade Sherry, which is this really pretty pinky red toned pink, I would say. And I'm going to take that on a Persona brush and use the blush side, pick up a little bit of product, not a super lot. These are very pigmented. I don't feel like you need a lot. And then I'm going to pop that. I start on the apples and then I blend upward. I just think that's how it looks best on my face shape. Always gotta get a little bit on the nose. I've also learned to love blush like a deep, deep, deep amount. So what may look like a lot of blush to some people is just like how I've been really enjoying going nowadays. Then we're gonna put on some highlight. I'm using the shade Bubbly Bebe, B-E-B-E, from Nudestix. This is the Nudies Glow, and the best way I like to apply this is going straight in with my little finger here, and then tippity tapping on the high points of my cheek, and look at that. It looks so nice. It's one of those highlighters that it has a little bit of pigment to it. As you can see, it's kind of like a champagne gold, but it doesn't necessarily deposit the pigment onto the face. It looks more like, you look at me straight on, and even when you look at me this way, you don't see that I have a strip of pigment. It more just looks like a little flash of something, you know, something. Boom. So that is the base of Nudestix products. I'm going to set the concealer now with this powder, and I had mentioned before, like, it feels like a self-setting concealer. I only have a little crease, and if I go in with my finger and tap at it, it's gone. My under eyes haven't creased at all. I'm using some Laura Mercier powder to set the lids and just a little bit of the under eyes. So I don't have a lot of Nudestix products for the eyes. That is one thing I have been lacking for the brand, mostly because I don't use stick products like that. But what I do have is these 3 eye pencils, one in Weed, one in Oceana, and then one in Lilac, Sky. And then I also have this magnetic plush paint in the shade Love Cloud. I'm wearing a little dirty yellow today, so I feel like what I should go in with is this shade in Weed. I'm going to take a little bit of this right here on my lid. These are super, 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 super creamy. I'm going to take this Luxie 221 flat definer brush and start to kind of build that outward. And I'm going to keep doing it that way. I'm going to put a lot of product here to start and then manipulate the product outward. Then I'm going to take a little bit on the brush itself just to define this little wing I got going on. And then I'm going to pull the rest. It's definitely a thicker wing, but we're going to just roll with that. And then I feel like adding a little bit of this blue. I'm going to take a Luxie 223 brush. I'm going to pick up some of this Oceana shade. Lightly under my lower lashes. And drag it up so that it almost has a little color underneath that wing. Okay, for brows, I never usually do brows on camera, but here we go. These are not Nudestix products. I'm going to take a little bit of ColourPop Brow Boss Brow Gel, and I'm just going to, what is this called? Saturate my brows with it and bring them upward. I'm going to let that dry before I go in with a pencil, but for now I'm going to do a little bit of a lip. I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Total Taupe and line my lips with this. And then I'm going to go in with, actually, I do have a gel lip and cheek balm in the shade Posh, but I think I'm going to actually take that shade Sherry that we used on our cheeks, because you can use this on the lips too. Put a nice decent wash on the lips, looks like that, and then I'm going to take a little bit of Posh and pop it in the middle. Posh is like a metallic almost lip. And it'll just give it a little bit of glow in the middle of it. Okay, now that that is done, I'm going to go back in with the brows. We're going to use the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This is my problem brow right now. I like bought an ordinary serum to grow the brow hairs, but they kind of stop at some point. And then nothing makes them look super natural. While this side has almost too many brow hairs. I'm going to finish this look off with a little bit of mascara. I don't have a Nudestix mascara. It's on my list of things to try. So right now we're going to use the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara. Okay, so the wand is really interesting because there are no bristles on this side and this side, only on these two sides. So it looks flat when you go on like this. So I will use this flat side first and coat the lashes generously in mascara, and since it's flat like that, it catches every lash. Then I'll go in with the side that has a lot of bristles and just kind of fluff them up. And so the mascara will look like that. So this is a full face, mostly, of Nudestix makeup. If I could recommend anything from the brand, it would have to be the complexion products. So first and foremost, the Nudestix Nude Fix Concealer, if there's a shade for you. And then the blushes. The blushes are my favorite thing. I have 9 different blushes, and I love using them because you could use them on the eyes as well, and you could use them on the lips and the cheeks, so you could really get a beautiful monochromatic look. I did that with Naughty and Spice, which is another matte shade. It's a mauve shade. It's beautiful, and I get the perfect like monochromatic pink look when I do that. So total favorites. Everything from the brand that I've tried so far is good though, so if you've been wondering about Nudestix, this is the time to try it. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next video.